Do you ever wonder if you have been hidden in the wrong place? Not in a dramatic way, not in a way you would say out loud to anyone, but in the small, quiet calculations that run sometimes when you are alone. What if the man God has for me is somewhere I am not? What if I have spent these years in the wrong rooms, building the wrong life, faithful in places He will never walk through? What if the very hiddenness you have been living has placed you outside the terrain where He would find you? If you have asked that question even once, even softly, even just to yourself in the dark, beloved, what you are about to hear is the answer. The field where you have been working has not been the wrong field. The hiddenness you have been living has not been the wrong kind of hidden. And the man who is coming to find you is not coming to a marketplace where you should have been waiting. He is coming to your field, because your field has always been His. But before I take you there, I want to say one thing carefully. The Bible does not promise marriage to every faithful woman. Some godly women remain single, and the hiddenness they have lived is not less honored by God for that. What I am about to show you is doctrine about how God works when He does bring a marriage. He hides you in a specific field where the right man is being sent. The faithfulness itself, with or without the meeting, is its own honoring before God. Hold the promise tightly. Hold the timeline loosely. The waiting that ends in a husband is not wasted, and the waiting that does not end in one is not wasted either. God sees the field either way. Now let me take you there. Open the book of Ruth, chapter 2. Before I walk you through the scene, I want to set something briefly. Ruth was a Moabite, a foreigner. She had been married, and her husband had died. She was now widowed, childless, in a country that was not hers, with nothing in her hands except her loyalty to her mother-in-law Naomi. 2 women, no men, no inheritance, no security. They had walked into Bethlehem with nothing. I am telling you this because some of you carry a story before this season. A loss, an ending, a divorce, years of waiting that have accumulated weight. And I want you to hear tonight that the setup of Ruth's story is not the part that disqualifies her from what comes next. What matters is what she does next. Because what she does next is exactly what you have been doing. Ruth chapter 2, verse 2. And Ruth the Moabite said to Naomi, "Let me go to the field and glean among the ears of grain." She went to a field, not a wedding, not a temple, not a market. A barley field on the outskirts of Bethlehem, where the poorest people in the city, widows, foreigners, orphans, were permitted to gather the scraps the harvesters left behind. It was the most invisible work she could have done. She went because she had to eat. Naomi had to eat. So she bent down and she began. Watch the next verse. So she set out and went and gleaned in the field after the reapers, and she happened to come to the part of the field belonging to Boaz, who was of the clan of Elimelech. Stop on that phrase. She happened to come. In Hebrew, this is one of the most loaded phrases in the entire chapter. The narrator is almost winking at you. She happened to come, as if it were random, as if she walked into any field, as if it were coincidence that the field she ended up in was the field of Boaz, the kinsman redeemer of her family, the worthy man, the one who could change everything. It was not coincidence. The narrator knows it, you know it, and God, who had been hiding Ruth in Moab, hiding her in widowhood, hiding her in foreignness, on the morning of Ruth chapter 2, hid her in a specific field, his field, and waited for him to arrive. This is the moment I want you to step inside of tonight. Not the wedding at the end of the book. This moment, verse 3, when Ruth was bent over in a field, gathering scraps, with no idea that the owner of the field was on his way. She was dusty. She was tired. She had no reason to think this morning was any different from the morning before. And she was about to be found. That is where you are right now. The first thing the text shows us is that God hid Ruth in the field, not the marketplace. He did not position her where unmarried men would have been looking. He did not send her to the well where Rebekah was found. He did not send her to the gate of the city where elders did business. He sent her to a field where the poorest workers in the city were gleaning scraps, where she had no expectation of being noticed by anyone of standing. Some of you have wondered, quietly, whether you should have positioned yourself differently, whether you should have made yourself more visible, more available, gone to more places where people are looking. Beloved, the field where God hid Ruth was not a strategy mistake. It was God's deliberate choice. And the field where God has hidden you, your work, your prayer life, your service, your small faithfulness that nobody has been watching, is also His choice. Because the man who is coming to find you is not a marketplace man. He is not the kind of man who finds his wife at a place designed for finding. He is a field man. He is the kind of man who shows up to his own terrain and sees a woman bent over, faithful in the work. That is the man God is sending. So that is the place where God has hidden you. Your field is not the wrong field. Your field is exactly the field he is being sent to. The second thing, and this is where the text does something extraordinary, is that the narrator tells the reader something Ruth does not know. Verse 1, before she ever sets foot in the field. Now Naomi had a relative of her husband's, a worthy man of the clan of Elimelech, whose name was Boaz. The reader knows Boaz exists. Ruth does not. The reader knows the field she is about to walk into belongs to him. Ruth does not. From her perspective, she is a foreigner doing the work of a foreigner. From the narrator's perspective, she has just walked into the property of the man who will marry her. This is what is happening right now in your life. The places where you have been working your job, your church, your neighborhood, your city, the routines you have been keeping, some of those places belong to Him, not legally, spiritually. They are the terrain God has assigned to him in this season, the same way Bethlehem was assigned to Boaz. You do not know yet which of your fields is his. You will not know until he walks into one of them. But one of them is his. And when the moment comes that he walks in, you will not be meeting a stranger in a random place. You will be meeting the owner of the field you have been working in. The recognition will be mutual because the terrain has been mutual the whole time. The third thing is the deepest thing in the chapter, and I need you to stay with me here. Watch what happens when Boaz arrives. Verse 5. He greets his workers. His eyes catch on a woman he does not recognize, and he turns to his foreman and asks a specific question. Whose young woman is this? Now listen to the foreman's answer. Verse 6 and 7. She is the young Moabite woman who came back with Naomi from the country of Moab. She said, "Please, let me glean and gather among the sheaves after the reapers." So she came, and she has continued from early morning until now, except for a short rest. The foreman does not just give her name, he gives her testimony, where she came from, what she asked for, how she has been working, the fact that she has not stopped. Ruth's character is being reported to Boaz before his first conversation with her. And then, watch verse 11, when Boaz speaks directly to Ruth for the very first time. All that you have done for your mother-in-law since the death of your husband has been fully told to me, and how you left your father and mother and your native land and came to a people that you did not know before. Pause there. All that you have done has been fully told to me. Boaz had heard about Ruth before he ever saw her face. Her faithfulness to Naomi, her courage in leaving her own country, her work ethic, her character, all of it had already reached him through the testimony of others. So, when she walked into his field, she did not have to introduce herself. He already knew her. Beloved, this is the most important thing for you to receive tonight. The man God is sending is not going to meet you cold. He is not going to need you to perform for him, prove yourself to him, sell yourself to him. He is going to arrive already knowing you. The faithfulness you have been showing in the hidden, the way you have served, the way you have stayed in difficult places, the way you have kept your character when no one was watching it has not been hidden from him. It has been arriving at him through conversations you were not in, through people speaking your name in rooms where he was present, through the quiet way God plants reputation ahead of arrival. By the time he sees your face, he will already know who you are. The work in the hidden has not been wasted. It has been your introduction. The fourth thing is the sign by which you will recognize the right man, and it is this: he will cover you before he ever asks anything of you. Watch what Boaz does the moment he speaks to Ruth. He does not propose. He does not flirt. He does not test her. He covers her. Verse 8 and 9. Do not go to glean in another field, or leave this one, but keep close to my young women. Have I not charged the young men not to touch you? And when you are thirsty, go to the vessels and drink what the young men have drawn. Protection in advance. Safety arranged before she asked for it. Access given before she earned it. And then verse 15 and 16, after she finishes eating and returns to gleaning, Boaz gives instructions to his workers away from where she can hear. Let her glean even among the sheaves, and do not reproach her. And also pull out some from the bundles for her, and leave it for her to glean. He tells his men to leave grain on purpose for her to find. He arranges for her labor to be abundantly rewarded. Without telling her, she gathers more grain that day than she would have on any other day. She does not know why. She just knows that the field has been unusually generous. Beloved, that is the sign. He will be making sure your needs are met before you have asked. He will be protecting before he is pursuing. He will be making sure you are safe in his field before he invites you into his life. The man who comes to find you will not arrive empty-handed. And the first sign you will have that you are dealing with the right man is that without him saying anything, your life will start to feel inexplicably steadier in his vicinity. The field will get generous. That is the sign. The fifth thing is the one Ruth herself never fully saw, and it is the reason the story matters beyond the wedding. Skip to the end of the book. Ruth, chapter 4, verse 17. Boaz has married Ruth. She has conceived. She bears a son. The women of Bethlehem name him Obed, and the narrator tells us something Ruth never knew. He was the father of Jesse, the father of David. David, the king, the shepherd boy, who became the greatest king of Israel, the man from whose lineage, hundreds of years later, the Messiah himself would come. And in the first chapter of the New Testament, Matthew 1-5, she is named Boaz, was the father of Obed by Ruth. The Moabite widow who walked into a barley field to gather scraps is written into the genealogy of Jesus Christ. She never saw this. She lived out her life as Boaz's wife, as Obed's mother in Bethlehem. She probably died before David was ever crowned. She just knew she had been found in a field. She just knew she was no longer a stranger. She just knew she was covered, and it was enough. Beloved, what God is bringing through the man He is sending you is bigger than a marriage. It is bigger than ending the loneliness. He is bringing you into a lineage, a kingdom story that will extend further than you can yet see. Children, spiritual or biological, ministry, influence. People whose lives are touched through what God builds with you. You will not see all of it. Ruth did not. But you will see your peace. You will see the man who walks into your field. You will see the home. You will see whatever God gives. And when you look at what is in your arms, like Ruth looked at Obed, it will be enough. Because what God is building through you is bigger than your current imagination can hold. The hiddenness you have been living has not been failure. It has been positioning. God has been hiding you in a specific field, doing specific work He gave you, while preparing the specific man who owns that field to arrive at the moment you have been working toward without knowing. You are not behind. You are not in the wrong place. You have not been hidden in the wrong terrain. The field where you have been bending down and doing the work, the ordinary, unglamorous, faithful work no one has been watching, that field belongs to Him. He has been hearing about you. He will arrive already knowing you, and His first act will be to cover you before He asks anything of you. The dust on your hands tonight is not evidence that you have been overlooked. It is evidence that you have been faithful in His field. You are not breaking. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible to the one who matters. You are exactly where God hid you on purpose, bent over in the work, on the morning of a meeting you do not yet see coming. Lift up your eyes. The owner of the field is on His way. If tonight you needed to hear that the hiddenness has not been wasted, that the field where you have been working is not the wrong field, drop one phrase in the comments: His field. As a witness to yourself, in writing, that you no longer suspect you have been hidden in the wrong place, that you trust the terrain, that the owner of the field is on His way to it. And if you have a sister who has been quietly wondering whether her faithful hidden life has been a strategic mistake, send her this. Tell her her field is His field. Tell her the dust on her hands is not invisibility. It is the evidence that she has been working in His terrain the whole time. Good night, beloved.